Hey everybody, this is Buzz. How you doing? This is a video in response to a video I made. Video I made before. The initial video was called "Do Atheists Bear the Burden of Proof?" In it, I laid out, what I thought was a good argument that atheists bear a burden of proof. UKAtheist had a video. He posted a video on my site refuting my position. It's a good video. I recommend everyone see it. It's well done. It's clear. It's concise. He does a good job with graphics and stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff. I just do this stupid video vlog. I wish I could do some graphics. And believe me, I'm sure you wish I could too, so you don't have to look at my face all the time. But at any rate, that's what I'm going to do right here. Is I'm going to refute this video that he went ahead and posted. It's a video that he had made prior to, today or whatever. I mean, I don't know how old the video is, but he didn't make it just for me. He says I'm so in the video that he's so tired of having to constantly refute the idea that an atheist has a burden of proof, that he just made the video and that would answer the question. Problem is, I watched it, took notes, and actually raised more questions. So I'm just going to get right into it real quick here. I got some notes. I'm going to try not to be all over the place, but I might be. I'm going to try not to be. So number one, the atheist says that they don't have a burden of proof because they're not making a claim. They're rejecting our claim that God exists. So they're not making a claim that has to bear a burden of proof. We bear the burden of proof by making our claim that God exists. They're just rejecting that claim. Okay, so that's one argument there. That's the main argument. That's why they don't have the burden of proof. Then I would ask, why do you reject our evidence that we give? But that's really, that's kind of a whole nother topic. I'm going a lot deeper than that. Whole lot deeper than that right now. What they say is the point was that they trying to prove the non-existence of anything is illogical and nonsensical. Because the claim can be rationalized by the person making the claim. So in other words, what he says in the video is that he uses the example of saying, he's making a claim, I have an invisible dragon. Prove me wrong. Okay, and so where that goes is it says you could say to the person, well, dragons don't exist, and then that the person would then say would rationalize, well, it does exist, but I found the last egg. They're real. Or then you could say to the person, well, I'm not able to touch it. And then the person could rationalize, well, it's intangible. You can't feel it. And then you could say, if it's invisible, how do you know it's there? And the person would rationalize and say, it speaks to me. And that conversation would just go on and on and on. Okay, so that's the point of the UK atheists and atheists in general. That's I think most people would say that that's representative of what atheists argue here. So, and again, getting back to point number 2 here, trying to prove the non-existence of anything is illogical and nonsensical. This is where we're going to have some fun, okay? Because I'm going to reject that. And I do reject that. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how. And by the time I finish, you're going to realize it. First of all, you're making a claim. You're making a claim. Your claim is that trying to prove the non-existence of anything is illogical and nonsensical. That's your claim. So you need to bear the burden of proof as to why you believe that trying to prove the non-existence of anything is illogical and nonsensical. Okay? Because that is a claim. You're making a statement. So, come on, man. What's up? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go a little farther than that. I'm not going to leave it there. I'm going to go ahead a little farther. And here's what I'm going to say about this. What I'm going to say is, it is logical to try to prove the non-existence of something. It's not illogical and it's not nonsensical. And here's why and here's how. Psychiatrists, psychologists do that all the time. People come in, they think they see bugs on their skin, or they hallucinate things, they think they hear things talking to them, and the psychiatrists, psychologists, they spend time with the person, and their goal is to prove the non-existence of these hallucinations. So your claim is false, that it's nonsensical and illogical. As a matter of fact, it's commonplace to have to do that. Okay, there's millions of people who suffer from hallucinations and audible hallucinations, visual hallucinations, and they got to be treated. So that's what they do through different means. Their goal is to prove the non-existence of these things. Okay, so please stop using this argument. It's just, it doesn't work, as you can tell. And then here's the other thing with, if a person comes to you and says, and this is the whole thing, is that philosophies, I always want to find out, can your philosophy or can my philosophy bear itself out in real life? Okay, if it can't, then that's a good sign that your philosophy is dead on arrival. According to your philosophy, it would be illogical and nonsensical to try to prove the non-existence of something. However, if your child or your friend or your parent or whatever, and some adult came to you one day and said, I just got a new friend. He's right behind me. It's this invisible dragon. What would you do? You would probably say, uh-oh, we got a problem here. And you would try to get the person help. You would try to do everything in your power to prove the non-existence of that invisible dragon, because you know the person's in trouble. Okay, they're mentally ill. So you would try to prove it. You would probably spend time with that person trying to prove the non-existence of this invisible dragon. Okay, because you care for the person. So you can't even live this thing out rationally, man. And then it gets to the point of, you're relating, the atheist community love to say, they think that our belief in God is akin and equal to our belief in an invisible dragon, or the mystical cows on Mars that you had in your video, or anything else. The Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, whatever, So, but the thing is, if someone came to you and they really believed that they were, they had this invisible dragon as a friend, you would try to find them help. Okay? Are you taking your Christian friends and trying to drag them into getting some help? No, of course not. Why? Because guess what? The medical community doesn't consider someone who believes in God to be insane. Most medical professionals believe in God. So you can't say it's the same thing or even close to the same thing. It's not even close to the same thing. So your reasoning is so irrational on so many levels. It just completely breaks down, folks. So I could probably drag this on, but I'm not going to. Try to absorb it and try to change your ways here, man. You And why do you believe what you believe is true? That's what I want to know. Why do you believe what you believe is true? Christians will point to all sorts of beliefs, evidences of why we believe what we believe is true. But why do you believe what you believe is true? That's the core of epistemology, which is the study of knowledge, is being able to say why you believe what you believe is true. Well, what you believe is true is that it's illogical and nonsensical to prove the non-existence of anything at the very least. Yet, I've shown you that that's completely false. But, you also believe there's no God. So why do you believe what you believe is true? Because you're staking your life on it. So I want to know why you believe what you believe is true. You got anything? I want to hear it. Peace out, guys. I love y'all. And check out the video for the UKAtheists. It's a good video. Well done. And, challenge yourselves.